Linda's here. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, well, you're so very welcome. Linda's in my coaching program, and so I invited her to share because she's exceptional in so many ways. So joining us today again is someone who truly embodies what it means to be a wellness educator. Linda Rice is a grandmother, a business owner, and someone who's walked through her own gut health journey and come out the other side with more energy, freedom, and purpose. She's built a beautiful wellness community by simply sharing what she's learned, and we're honored to have her with us tonight. So let's bring back Linda. Good evening. So let's start with your story. You shared so beautifully on your site, your hub site, about your journey with gut health and how it led you here. Can you tell us what inspired you to start sharing that publicly?
My inspiration was that I felt better. I had, after 32 years of this, I've talked to my wellness coach, and she, along with, back then, education tapes, and I knew education is so important to have. That's how people learn best. And so I felt like after listening to family members, dear members who are having issues, it's time I pay it forward.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So we recently worked with you to craft your branding and story for your hub site. And now that it's live, and it took us a while to get there, how does it feel to see your story presented so clearly and beautifully?
Well, gut health is not a subject that people easily talk about.
Right.
But you, with your drawing it out of me, to have it on my website is really helpful. And to have, I think, the reticular activating system, you're listening to people now when you have some place to send them. And was important to me, to have and learn with the social marketing, to have a place. And yes, it feels great to see it in writing.
It's kind of like
just here.
Right. Like if you buy a Volvo, suddenly you start seeing Volvos everywhere.
Yes. Yes, that's right.
And I don't own a Volvo, by the way, but I'm just using that as an example.
Well, you're saying it.
Yeah. So that's what she means by the reticular activating system, is suddenly your radar is up and you're going to be seeing that. And let's just sort of add, remember, Linda, like right away, you suddenly had a discussion with somebody and gut health was their issue, wasn't it? So it was just all of a sudden, yes, you made that connection after we had that.
Right.
Now, you chose to focus your message around digestive health. What made you feel like that was the message you wanted to lead with, considering your husband had had an illness and some of your family were suggesting that you talk about that?
Right. And they had strongly suggested diabetes be my focus.
Right.
After 45 plus years, and I walked it. We lived it together. And diabetes was wanting to take control of our life. But we didn't. We found a way that helped him for a long, long time. And when I thought about that, that was his story. My story was a healthy gut and to have good digestive health. So that was important that I share that. And when I think that I want to be a teacher, and that's, a teacher always learns more. And so I'm continually studying and learning. We each have our own system, and that's important that I listen and learn more.
Yeah, you've been, you're such a great person to coach, a good student. You also have this amazing line on your page. So get this, everyone. Who wants to guess her age? So this is the product. She's the product of the product. Anybody want to guess? On her webpage, let's just see a number if somebody's ready on the chat to type it in. I guess we should have made that they get a prize if they.
Jody.
There we go. Yeah, way to go, Susan. Anybody else want to throw a number out there? It's on her website, so it's not like I'm going to give you some sensitive information. Everyone else out there, that's right. Yeah, you guys are, there we go. There we go. Yeah, yeah. So at 82 years young, she says on her website, I'm still waking up, excited to take each day with purpose and passion. Who's the winner, by the way, Kristen? I think Jan Cruz is closest, maybe, I think. Yeah, Eva, very close. Good for you, Eva. Olivia, but way to go, Susan. You're going to love Susan. She said you're 65. Susan, yeah. So don't we love Susan? I know. So again, she's waking up excited to take each day with purpose and passion. So let's just say, how has this new clarity in your message contributed to that sense of purpose, Linda?
Well, every day is a new day. It's a gift. And I'm grateful to the company. I'm grateful for what you have done for guiding me and through this. I think to have my story in one place is the best, because I have lots of things to do. I have places to go and people to see and mowing to do.
And the Boy Scouts are asking you to do things with them, and you're a busy woman.
I'm going camping. Going camping for 5 days.
Yeah. We often say that wellness educators are guides, not sellers, even though you guys need to make sales. How has this process helped you feel more confident sharing without maybe feeling pushy or salesy?
Well, an invitation to education has not been turned down. I think people want to learn. And so to have that, I don't feel like I'm pushing them into learning. It's just nice to have a place that we have built so that I have a visual of what it means to have a healthy gut. And I think that's the whole story right there.
Nice. So if someone was sitting where you were a few months ago, maybe unsure how to put their story into words or kind of how to move forward like what we did, what would you say to them?
Well, without a doubt, time that we've spent together, Coach Jody, to really see exactly what YFP has to offer. And then I was able to go in to look at my contacts and learn to meet them. As long as I've been in, I have quite a few, but to reconnect with them, I think it's really important that someone really looks at this and considers the coaching, the how to invite, how to connect. That's been very helpful for me.
Linda also lives, I think you're a bit rural, right? You live on a decent sized piece of property. It's one of your purposes for the business is so that you can maintain that lifestyle. So of course that's important. And I loved it because Linda was always aware of like how many unsubscribes she had. Why is this person unsubscribing? She was just very client centric. So I really just, appreciate you so much. So thanks for sharing your heart and your story with us tonight. And your journey is just such a beautiful example of what it looks like to lead with purpose and to speak from experience and then to step in this next chapter with clarity and confidence. And we know your story will resonate with so many wellness educators who are wondering if they can really do this. And you just showed them that it's not only possible, but it's powerful. We can say you're a digital marketing grandma. So we're so grateful to have you in this community. And we can't wait to see who your story inspires next.